A girl, a warm soul, she writes to no content. Often does she share more clear and bleak works, never once filled with sadness and tragedy, for fear of judgment hath her heart set. To gain a fellow's trust, any person she thinks that in her talent they believe, she may allow a glance at her truthful writing, expectant of the same praise, the same worthiness her lighter creations hath received. Yet a rare occasion as such as she knows how it so commonly goes. And bitterness and pride hide her emotion within time, and no sign of this hidden side does she show. Lo, such critiques, such traitors people are, when the material they read is rather dark. And in no such faith will she lose the respect of her peers, by showing them what she hath written with her tears. Alas, she finds it easier to stray. Yes, this brusque, irascible, defensive demon within, arisen by the myopic and ruinous criticism of a thought-to-be trusted friend, can be masked and kept at bay by keeping her real work from display, by adopting on a stage of sunshine the part of a docile ray. Adun thus will her efforts come to be. Yes, she will only allow thine eyes to be met with simple and plain, purely sensible reeds, a dishonor to her hand and its safety, but to avoid her unseen wrath, works as such promise that to her praise will the ingenious readers feed. For if she approaches with a demented personal fiction, with surprise and horror will she be met. Her concealed begrudging pride is so unknown that not a soul would understand the proposed piece's threats. To be so demeaned, she feeleth that she is caught in a net. Oh, in the shadow of truth she writes, with her pen in the paper she confesses, and in her dark element she layeth at rest. Willed by pride, guarded by moral, to find thy comfort lest she shall fall to the knife of a friend, her guards too shall fall, and her morality met its end. Beware, ye sycophants, ye sadistic non-believers, thine own doubt and her rage, it is the sharpener of the cleaver. You think her kind, and in manners does her mind thrive, but a petty heart does not covet a foolish one, and in its boundlessness it strives. The stories she presents, the spoken words of light to thy she is endowed, a facade to the anthology of crepuscular works her books may fill. Yes, thy fear may save thou now. Aye, yes, it cannot be done. In Tybaltian manner how one builds thine own tomb. A questioning glance, perhaps a remark in vain disfaith, to a glimpse, a rarity to these so forsaken dark volumes, the dark element in which that so pride her soul partakes. Ita vero, indeed it is so, in her stories she seeketh refuge, not from struggle, not from the dark, but from the contrary light she so falsely protrudes. Thou so believes, thou so screams, thou so enforces such lies, a creature of the dark dressed in the robes of the light, where else is a being to hide? You fools, downright scoundrels, yes, it is you that worsen her condition. A young thinker should dream, speak, and write of nice, simpler things. Oh, but thou wonders why her gore, grime, and rather sobriety is far from your sentimental traditions. Dost thou think fully candid that a standard as such destroys any chance of unease? That she, when in her dark element, doesn't write of the horrifics she so please? Oh, for surely not, what a kind, perfect person she is. When reading her stories, her morals and positive tales, I know that nothing of ugly reality could be written by such a kid. Heavenly sakes, how she is tired of thy disgrace. To praise her for romantic trash, but when she provides thou with a dark, more horrid work, you cannot even look her in the face. O heathens such as thou will decorate her with kindliness for an emotionless common peace. Talented, talented, thou cries, as she hands over the work that she so despises, and that with shame it is diseased. And on an off-bout of trust, she showeth you her more honest work, and you feel disturbed, uncomfortable, such splittingly raw emotion at which you spit criticism, and at which you tease. Thus is the reasoning for her so short temper only brought about by such offending decrees. She cannot even trust her closest friends to separate the material from the writer. They look at their lovely, talented girl, and then they read of blood and horror, and in discomfort they say such harsh words. And of the following indignation she feels, she recognizes, condemns, and is all the wiser. Yes, a woman, a writer, she lives in dark element, but to the world she never shows the least. By believing that this is not true, by regarding this with surprise, why, I am afraid thou hast already awoken